Today I'm starting a new series of videos that I like to call A Cuppa A Chat. So come along with me for a cup of tea and a little bookish catch-up. Hello book friends, I'm Jen and welcome to my reading life and welcome to A Cuppa A Chat. I decided that I would start this slightly more relaxed video where we just kind of chat about bookish things, what's going on in my life, and maybe I share some things that are book related but aren't necessarily books. And I have had a lot of requests to talk about my mugs and the tea that I drink, so this seemed like a perfect opportunity to chat about that. And then I'm also going to share with you my very final book haul of 2024, which is mostly books I received for Christmas and then one tiny little book haul that I did right at the end of the year. So grab yourself a cup of tea or whatever your beverage of choice is, and let's dive into this little chatty video. First of all, I thought I would share a little bit about some of my mugs that I have in my mug collection and talk to you guys about the tea that I drink, because I think in almost every single video I put out where I have a mug of tea in my hand at the beginning, somebody comments on how much they love my mugs, on how cute that is, where did I get it. So I thought I would go through some of my mugs. These are all mugs today that are not in the dishwasher because I realized that a bunch of the mugs that I normally drink from are in the dishwasher. But I think you've probably seen every single one of these mugs that I'm going to share, but I'll give you a little close-up look at them. I will let you know where I got them from if I can remember, and if they are still available, which a lot of my mugs are very old, so I don't know that they will all be available, but if they are, I will have links to them in the description box below. First off, let us talk about the tea that I drink. And I'm just going to say right off the bat, I am very, very basic when it comes to tea. I like a breakfast tea of any kind, really. English breakfast, Irish breakfast, French breakfast. If it has breakfast in the title, I will probably give it a try. I like your basic black tea. And my go-to tea right now is Yorkshire Gold. So this is the tea that I drink every single morning. I don't drink coffee, I only drink tea. I will occasionally have a latte though. I think it's been years since I have gone to a coffee shop and had a coffee, so it would probably make me super jittery now. But I really do love my tea, and I have usually 1 to 2 cups in the morning of regular tea, and then after noon, no more caffeine for me or I will be up all night long. And right now, my go-to decaf tea, and this isn't 100% my favorite, but it is the best of the ones that I am able to get that I like, and that is the PG Tips decaf. I would actually really prefer, I think there is a Yorkshire Gold. Maybe it's not a Yorkshire Gold, but it is a Yorkshire decaf, but I have a harder time getting a hold of that one. So this time around, I ordered some PG Tips decaf online. If anybody else has a good decaf, basic black breakfast type of tea that they enjoy, please let me know, because I'm always looking to try something new. I do like, the thing I like about the Yorkshire tea is it has a very sort of malty flavor to it, and I like that sort of creaminess to the tea. So anything that is good with milk is good for me. So those are the teas that I drink. Not very exciting, but there you have it. I like what I like, and I just like to stick with what I like. Next up, I'm actually going to share something that I got for Christmas, which I was so excited about. I have wanted one of these for a very long time, and I got they're normally called Brown Betties, but this is a Cobalt Betty teapot. But it is made by the company that makes the Brown Betty teapots in England. Does it say on here? So it's by Adderley Ceramics. This is an original Betty made in England. I'm so excited. It just makes like 2 cups, which is perfect for me because that's how much I drink in the morning. And if I make tea in the afternoon, I wouldn't drink more than that anyway. This is the perfect size, and the Brown Betty is lovely. You warm it up with hot water, and then it really does keep your tea pretty warm. And I am thinking I want to get a little tea cozy for this. I found a really cute striped one that's like hand knitted on Etsy, and I think I'm going to order that for this because it's like blue and white stripes, and it'll go with my little cobalt Betty. So this is Betty. She's the newest addition to my tea paraphernalia. I don't know what you would call that. Anyway, but I'm so excited to have her in my home and part of my tea collection. Okay, the rest of these are just some mugs. I have 5 mugs here that I'm going to share with you. First up is 2 that are kind of in a teacup style, sort of an oversized teacup style. So I have this floral, and then it's got a cute floral pattern on the inside, and it even has a little flower. Can you see that right there by the handle? And I got this mug, teacup, what have you, from Anthropologie years ago. And I'm pretty sure this one isn't available anymore. You might be able to find it on, you know, like a thrift type resale shop online, maybe eBay, maybe Poshmark or somewhere like that. Does Poshmark only do clothes? I don't know. So if there is a link to any listings for this mug, I will try to find that for you. And then my next sort of teacup style mug is this green and blue and yellow mug. It's got yellow on the handle and kind of yellow around the rim here. And I like this. It's perfect size. This is a mug I usually use. Actually, both of these would be mugs that I would probably use, or teacups, I should say, that I would probably use for my afternoon or evening tea. I tend not to drink quite as much or quite as big a mug that time of day. And so this is kind of the perfect size. In the morning, sometimes I want a giant mug of tea to get me going. But this one I got from World Market last year or the year before, I can't remember. So again, if this is still available, I will link it for you below. And then next up is a mug that represents my very favorite classic, and that is Jane Eyre. I have this Penguin Books mug, which I actually purchased at one of our local independent bookstores called Rakestraw Books near where I live. And I was so excited to find this there, and they do sell these penguin mugs online. You can get all different classics in their classic orange and white stripe, and I just had to get Jane Eyre because it is my very favorite, and I love this mug so very much. I'm gonna hug it. And then next I have 2 sort of bookish types of mugs, and both of these I got from the online bookseller Ba Blue Books, which is an online book catalog. They also have a physical catalog you can get in the mail, which I think I've talked about in one of my other videos where I shared some of my favorite bookish things, but is a women-run small business, and they curate such amazing books and bookish items, and I just love to shop from them when I can, and I try to buy things from them a few times a year just to support their business, and I hope they keep going for a long time. And that was a very long introduction to sharing this is my bookworm mug, and this shows all of the names for bookworm in different languages. So we have Greek, which is bibliophagos, a book eater. In Indonesian, it's kudu buku, which is a book flea. In Spanish, it's raton de biblioteca, which is library mouse. In Chinese, it's shu dai zi, which is book fool. And in Danish, it's laserhest, which is reading horse. And I just love that. I think that's just kind of quirky and fun to learn what the phrase bookworm translates to in other languages. And then last is 3 things very close to my heart, and that is tea, novels, and Oxford commas. If you don't know what an Oxford comma is, it is the comma that comes, right here, right before the and. So you can leave this comma off. When I write, always include this comma. It was how I learned to write and how I wrote things when I wrote papers as an English major, and it's just something that's always stuck with me, and I just think it helps for clarification that you know that there's going to be one more item coming in this sentence as part of a collective. So tea, novels, and Oxford commas. This mug just speaks to the English major inside of me. So yes, those are, oh, I should show you my very cool tea tray. It's quite large, but this is my Emma Bridgewater Black Toast. Oh, sorry, you can see my ring light. It's reflecting off of there. And then it says teapot, mug and biscuit, and milk jug on the outside. And then on the inside, it says the same thing around the rim. And then inside it says, let's have tea in the garden. It's such a lovely day. So you can use this to take your tea outside if you wanted to, or I like to use it to bring my tea upstairs into my reading room, because my reading room is upstairs in my house and sometimes I'm carrying a lot of things and I need help. So I can carry my mug and my teapot and my little jug of cream and a snack if I need to, and take that all upstairs without spilling everything. So comes in very handy, and I got that from my mom for my birthday. So thanks, Mom. And I think that's all of the tea things that I have to share today. I will, in another cuppa and a chat, share some of my other mugs, because I know everybody is very curious about all of my mugs and wants to see them close up. So more to come, because I have a lot of mugs, a lot. I'm trying to like rein it in, but when I see a pretty mug, I can't resist. Let's talk about books, shall we? Because that's why we're all here. I am going to share the books that I got for Christmas. And then actually, I think I'll divide these up and I will then show you I just got 3 books in a small book haul that I purchased at the end of the year using some dollars when you all shop using my affiliate links in the description box below. I do get a little bit back, and that really does help my channel and helps me to, every so often get a few books. And so I wanted to use up my credit before the end of the year. And so I did that, because I'm trying to rein in the book buying in 2025, as you know, for my Read My Shelves challenge. So far, so good. I've not bought a single book yet. But let us go over the final books that came into my life at the end of 2024. All of these did go into BookBuddy and were part of my final count for BookBuddy. Okay, I have to put in a little caveat here, and I will share this again when I do my reading wrap up for January. This was so frustrating, you guys. I thought that I had captured every unread book on my shelves. And then the other day I was using BookBuddy, and you can create different tags in BookBuddy to categorize your books. And so I thought I would categorize my 25 and 2025 books that I want to read or unhaul this year. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it in the description box below, where I talk about the 25 books I am definitely going to read or unhaul this year off of my shelves. I was putting those into that list, and I realized 3 of them were not in BookBuddy. I do not know how that happened, you guys. So I think my count, when I shared it at the beginning of January, I said I had 688 books. No, I actually had 691. Well, that stunk. Oh, well. But I'm being honest and forthright, and I may have forgotten others too. I mean, I have a lot of books. So somewhere in the very close to 700 number is where we're at, and we're going to try to get that number down as much as we can this year. That is my goal. But I digress. Let us get back into the Christmas book haul. First up is the one actually I got 2 books that are a little bit Christmassy or set at Christmas time. And the first was Christmas with the Queen. This is by Hazel Gaynor and Heather Webb. And I really, really love The Last Christmas in Paris. As you know, I have chatted about that a lot in my Vlogmas videos. And I am very excited to read this. I was hoping when I got it that then I would read it right after Christmas, but life just got in the way, and I was reading other things, and I didn't have a chance to get to this, so I am saving it for December of this year, and I'm going to read it, and I'm very, very excited. So I don't think this one is an epistolary like Last Christmas in Paris, but I am looking forward to Christmas with the Queen. And then let me share the other one. This isn't actually, I don't think, a Christmassy book, but it is set at Christmas time or in the Advent season of 1962. And that is Time of the Child by Niall Williams. Is it Neil? Neil, Niall? Not sure. Somebody correct me in the comments. I know you'll let me know what the correct pronunciation is. I also have This Is Happiness sitting on my shelf, which I haven't read yet. So I'm hoping to read This Is Happiness first, and then I am going to save this and read this again in December of this year, because it's set during that time of year, and I like to read seasonally. And this is about Dr. Jack Troy. He was born and raised in Faha, but his responsibilities for the sick and his care for the dying mean he has always been set apart from the town. His eldest daughter, Ronnie, has grown up in her father's shadow. And she has sort of missed her chance at love. And then their lives are turned upside down in the Advent season of 1962 when a baby is left in their care. So I guess we will just find out what happens in the time of the child. And then I have 3 books that are middle grade books. The first one is The Moffats by Eleanor Estes, and I am very much looking forward to reading this. It is going to be going on my middle grade March TBR, and in this we meet the Moffats. There's Sylvie, the oldest and cleverest, and most days at least the responsible one. Joey, who though only 12 is the man of the house sometimes. Janie, who has a terrific upside down way of looking at the world, and Rufus, who may be the littlest but always gets in the biggest trouble. Even the most ordinary Moffat day is packed with extraordinary fun. And so I guess we learn all about their adventures, and I'm very much looking forward to this one. And then next up, I have Cheaper by the Dozen, and Beth from Small Home Comforts recommended this to me during our bookish chat, and I luckily got it for Christmas because I had put it on my wish list. And I'm not even sure, I think I've seen, I don't even know if I've seen the movies, but I know that there are 12 kids, a father who's an efficiency expert, and a mother who is his partner in everything except discipline. And you get this hilarious tale of growing up. Yes, it is a classic film, and I believe it was remade even, I think with Steve Martin or somebody like that. Anyway, very much looking forward to this, and then definitely going to watch the movie afterwards as well, because I'm kind of in a classic movie mood. And so this year I'm trying to watch some classic movies. My friend Melissa, who I did the bookish chat with in December, she loves classic movies, and she gave me a whole list of some of her favorites. And so I'm going to go through that. And I'd like to watch a couple classic movies every month. So I'm going to put Cheaper by the Dozen on the list too. And then my final middle grade book that I received for Christmas is Anne of Windy Poplars by Ella Montgomery. And I really want to finish reading through the Anne of Green Gables series. And I think I have almost all of them now on my shelf, or maybe I'm only missing one, but I am thrilled to have Anne of Windy Poplars, and I love this edition. So beautiful. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And then next up, I have one nonfiction book that I received for Christmas, and that is Enchantment by Catherine May. The subtitle of this is Awakening Wonder in an Anxious Age. And I really enjoyed Wintering by Catherine May when I read it 2 years ago. And I'm very much looking forward to diving into this nonfiction. In fact, I might put this on my February TBR because I feel like her books, for some reason, are just something I want to curl up with in the winter time. So I think I might do that next month. But yes, so thrilled to have this one. And then lastly, I got the final book that I was missing for the Cozy Reader Book Club for this year. And that is our December pick, which is Murder at Northanger Abbey by Shannon Winslow. And this is a sequel to Jane Austen's spoof on the Gothic novel. So it says, newly married to her beloved Henry, Catherine's eyes are now open to the grown-up pleasures of wedded life. Yet she still hasn't quite given up her girlhood fascination with all things Gothic. When she first visited Northanger Abbey, she only imagined dreadful events had occurred there. This time, the horror is all too real. There's been a murder, and Henry has fallen under suspicion. Catherine is determined to clear her husband's name, but at the same time, she's afraid for her own safety, since there's a very good chance the real murderer is still in the house. Sounds good. So if this sounds interesting to you, you can join us for our December discussion of this. And all the Cozy Reader Book Club information is listed in the description box below, and you can email me if you would like to join us for any of the books this year. And that was all of my Christmas books that I received. So all my Christmas books. And then finally, we have the 3 books that I purchased for myself right at the end of the year. And since it is my goal this year to read all of the Mrs. Polifax books, I got the next one in the series that I didn't have, which is Mrs. Polifax and the Whirling Dervish by Dorothy Gilman. And I am hoping to read, starting in February, 1 Mrs. Polifax book per month. And I think that will finish me up or get me really close to finishing the series this year, and I'm very excited. I have 7 of the books on my shelf to read, so I think I'm missing the last 3 or 4 in the series, but I decided to at least get this one, and then maybe I will have read enough off my shelf that I can purchase the remainders in the series when it gets closer to the time that I'm ready to read them. I'm trying not to buy books too far in advance of when I need to read them this year. That's another sort of little mini goal that I have for myself. So if I need something for one of my buddy read groups or any kind of challenges like that, I'm trying to wait until right before I need the book. And then if I can't get it from the library, then I will purchase it. But I'm trying not to buy it now because I need to read it in September. No, not going to do that this year, or try not to anyway. And then next, I bought 2 books that are about Audrey Hepburn. One of them I saw on Instagram. Somebody I follow there posted about this book, and I couldn't believe I'd never heard of it and didn't have it. It's fairly new, so I think that's how I missed it, but needed to have it. And then when I was looking up that one to purchase it, I found this other cute little book, and I didn't know this existed, and I had to get it, and that is The Little Golden Book of Audrey Hepburn. So this is a biography of Audrey Hepburn in the Little Golden Book style, and it's so lovely. Look at the illustrations. It's just so sweet, and I didn't even realize that they had, look at that. Look at the Breakfast at Tiffany's one. Sabrina, funny face, love it. And apparently they have a whole series of biographies about legendary entertainers, historical figures, and pop culture icons. Yay! So excited to have this. So I'm going to give this a little read through this month because I can just read this in one sitting. And then the next Audrey Hepburn book, so thrilled to have this. And this is a graphic novel about Audrey Hepburn. Look at this book. This is by Michelle Bodden and Dorilis Giacchetto. I hope I'm saying that correctly. So beautiful. Really great illustrations. And the back says, when Audrey Hepburn is mentioned, one thinks of her being beautiful and elegant, of her films, or of how her image is used to recall something immortal and fashionable. But Audrey was also a little girl who saw the Second World War with her own eyes, a woman who was at times fragile at work and in her private life, with a strong desire for motherhood and, above all, a boundless love for children that would lead her to find her true vocation. Far from dancing or acting, she will in fact become a UNICEF ambassador to raise awareness in the world and help minors in difficulty. Very excited. Another biography about Audrey Hepburn, and can't wait to get to this. And for those of you who are curious, I am going to be doing an entire video of all of my Audrey Hepburn books. I believe that's going to be coming in the next month or so, so stay tuned for that if you want to see my entire collection of all the Audrey Hepburn books that I own. I have to collect them from all the places that they are in my house and hopefully not forget any of them because I have quite a few, but I know there has been some interest in seeing my collection of Audrey Hepburn books, so I'm going to be sharing that. And that's it. That is everything I think I have to share today in this little cuppa and a chat video. I hope you enjoyed this, and like I said, I'm going to make this kind of a regular video series, and every month or month and a half, I will probably put one of these videos out, share just some random bookish things going on in my life, and we'll have a cuppa together and chat. So I hope you stay tuned for more to come. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's chat down in the comments. Have you read any of the books that I received for Christmas or got in my book haul? Do you love tea? What kind of tea do you like to drink? Do you collect mugs? Even if you're not a tea drinker, if you're a coffee drinker, do you like to collect different mugs for your coffee drinking? Let's chat all things tea, books, mugs, all that good stuff down in the comments below. And if you are here but you don't have anything you'd like to share in the comments, please leave a little teacup or teapot emoji there to let me know that you were here and made it this far in the video. Comments really do help my channel and I really appreciate you leaving them. And if you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button and subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. I would love to have you join my bookish community, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Bye!